How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my nerd cave. So a while back, my very first video I made was of a Nintendo Switch Lite special edition. It had water damage. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. So when I bought it, it was a lot of 3 and they were all labeled as liquid damage. This is another one out of that particular lot. So today what we're going to do is we're going to test it out, see what's going on with it, and see if we can fix it. Let's jump into it. Okay, so first things first. I don't know if you can see it too well, but the port seems to be okay. Let's plug it in. Nothing. Oh, we got something that way. 5 volts at 0.06 amp draw. Okay. 5 volts. Well, it's not totally dead. Just real quick. Let's see what the port looks like. Can you see all the red? So we definitely have a little bit of dodginess going on with the port here. Okay, so it was labeled as liquid damage, but maybe it's just a port issue. So that should be a pretty simple fix. So let's get this thing taken apart and open it up, see what's going on. Honestly, doesn't look all that bad. Let's get under the microscope. Okay, starting at the daughter board, it looks like we might have a little bit of corrosion going on. There we go. Going on the backlight ribbon. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look like we've lost any traces there. The FPC connector looks like it has a bit of goo on it. Doesn't look, honestly, that part doesn't look too bad. Okay. Ribbon looks good. Let's come over here. The other side looks okay as well. Okay. Oh, definitely got some corrosion going on the battery here. Don't like the look of that. Okay. Let's keep going. So, see a little bit of corrosion stuck down on these screws here. Yeah. Got some stuff going on here. Water indicator mark has gone off. A little bit of something going on right there. Not sure what. Alright. It's a start. So, let's get that guy out of the way. Let's get him taken down to board level. So let's have a look at some of the usual suspects real quick. So M92 looks like it's definitely got something that's been on it, like maybe liquid. Let's check to see if there's any shorts around M92. Yep. Let's check BQ. Okay, so we've definitely got a short here on M92. I think it was this guy. Yeah. So I think we need to replace M92. And the port definitely has some issues going on with it as well, I think. So let's get them removed. Let's add just a little bit of flux. Come in with our hot air. So I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but we lost a component right here. No big deal. Okay, let's give it a test real quick. 15 volts, 0 amp draw. That's a good sign. -volt, 0 amp draw. Okay, and that's what we want to see. All right, so we've given it a clean. We've changed out M92. Let's see what she does. And we got her restart. Okay. Let's check the other side. Make sure we're good on both sides of the port. .4, and there's our restart. Okay. So we should have a working board. So let's take a look at this housing a little closer. Let's make sure all the ribbon cables are in good shape. Remember, there was a little bit of corrosion on that backlight cable. So let's see if we can get that guy cleaned up a little bit, and we'll get it back in and plug it in and see if we get anything. So I went through, cleaned the daughter board off. There was a little bit of slight bit of corrosion there on the FPC connector and the flex ribbon that connects the motherboard and the daughter board. It wasn't much. You could see a little bit on a couple of the pins, but it wasn't anything major. So I'm gonna get it popped back in here. And oh yeah, before I forget, we had a little bit of corrosion here in the battery terminal. So let me clean that off real quick. But we want to give this guy every chance of working. Okay, so we got it back together enough to test. So let's see what it's gonna do. Most likely the battery's gonna be really dead and probably need to charge, but let's try it. Oh, maybe it's not dead. That's weird. That looks better. And we even get a reboot. Yeah, that battery was shot. All right, let me get this battery replaced, get it put back together, and we'll give it a test. Okay, so as you can see, it's on. I just updated the system. It had parental controls, so I went ahead and removed those. This guy was actually a little bit of a struggle. It ended up being that battery. The battery was the main issue after getting the M92 and the port replaced. Normally, and I didn't do it this time, and this is really what kind of messed me up, was I ended up for some reason I didn't use my test rig that I normally use, and that was an issue. If I'd used the test rig first, I would have known that the board was okay and it was working, and that there was some other issue going on. Normally, that would point straight to the battery. Uh, so he cleaned up pretty nice. He's got a little bit of wear and tear on it, but nothing too major. Okay, so we do have the parental controls still, but they will clear out once we completely reset. So as you can see, we are charging here, and it charges both ways, as you can see. All right. Last test for this guy is, will it play a game? And I really hope it will. Probably. Again, I should have tested this beforehand. Oh, there we go. Well, we're not going to update right now to play, but it did pick up on the game. So let me get this guy completely reset, and I'll be back. So it was a success. That was the second Nintendo Switch out of the lot of three that I bought. So we were able to repair it. We changed the M92, a new charging port, and a new battery. It seems to be working. It's in pretty decent shape. Just wanted to thank you guys for joining me tonight. Appreciate whatever support that you guys have been showing the channel. The the views, the likes. If you've made it this far, thank you. And I hope to see you again soon in my nerd cave.